But yeah, so let us start from the percentage of error. What is a percentage of error? In the percentage of error here is like the difference between the number given to its upper bound and lower bound. So in here the number is already given, the percentage of error already given. Now we need to find the upper bound and lower bound. To find the upper bound and lower bound, we have to change the percentage of error in here. The percentage of error is 5%. So it means we need to find the value of 5% of 150. 5% times 150, it will be equals to 7.5. The upper bound, usually the number will be bigger compared to the number given. That's why for the upper bound, we need to add it by 7.5. For the lower bound, we subtract it by 7.5. So we get the upper bound as 157.5 and lower bound as 142.5. Is there anyone have difficulties or getting confused still about the percentage of error in here? Is there anyone? Is there anyone get difficulties? Or my voice not audible enough? Hello? Is there anyone get difficulties before I move to the question from the workbook? Or is there anyone get confused, get difficulties? Hello? Hello? Is my internet having trouble? No.
No, teacher.
Okay then. Is there anyone get difficulties? Okay. My voice is not really clear. What to do, yeah? Wait. Okay then. So for the in here we already have the percentage of error is we have to find the difference between the number given to its upper bound. That is what how do we find the percentage of error? Because in here we already have the number given 150 and also the percentage of error is 5%. So it means we need to find the value of 5% of 150. To find the value 5% of 150, we just need to multiply it 5% times 150. The answer will be equals to 7.5. And then to find the upper bound, usually the upper bound the number is bigger. That's why for the upper bound it will be 150 plus 7.5, which is equals to 157.5. And for the lower bound it will be 150 minus 7.5, which is equals to 142.5. Is there anyone have difficulties or getting confused still? Is there anyone? Okay, if no one get confused, then I will continue to the question from your workbook. Oops, sorry. This is okay. So in here we are going to discuss the question from your workbook. We already have the town is built on a rectangular plot of land measuring 3.7 kilometers by 5.2 kilometer correct to one decimal place. What are the upper and also lower limit of the area of the town? So what do we have to do first to find the upper and lower limits of the area of the town? What do we have to do first? Hello?
3.7.
Yeah, okay, we need to find the upper bound and lower bound of each number given. So the upper bound of 3.7, it will be 3.75. The lower bound, it will be 3.65. Is there anyone get difficulties to find the upper bound and lower bound? Is there anyone get difficulties to find the upper bound and lower bound of 3.7? Okay, if no one get difficulties, I'll continue to the upper bound and lower bound of 5.2. What is the upper bound and lower bound of 5.2? It will be 5.25. and also the lower bound it will be 5.15. Is there anyone get difficulties or getting confused? Is there anyone get difficulties? No? If no one get difficulties, then let us find the upper and lower limit for the area of the town. So what is the upper limit for the area of the town? You can use calculator. What is the upper limit of the area?
Teacher, I round off to three significant figure, 18.8
It's okay.
kilometers square.
18.8.
8 kilometers square.
Okay, is there anyone get different answer or get confused? Is there anyone get confused? I'm reading the chat, so you can text me through the chat if you have any difficulties. I will explain it again. I will not mention your name if you send me. Oh, nine. Wait, I got different answer. Isn't it not 19.7?
I also get 19.7 teacher.
Yes, also 19.7. Okay then. Is there anyone got different answer? I got 19.7. I disagree with you, Mike. Is there anyone have different answer?
Teacher, I salah baca. I wrote lower bound. Yes.
Okay, so for the lower bound, how many it will be?
18.8.
Is there anyone got different answer? Is there anyone get different answer? Or getting confused? Is there anyone get confused or get any difficulties in here? Is there anyone? No? If no one get difficulties, then I will continue to question 2. 303 degrees Kelvin is equivalent to 30 degrees Celsius. Both figures are correct to the nearest degree. Because there is word correct to the nearest degree. Okay, someone still getting confused on question 1. I will not repeat about finding upper bound and lower bound because it's always the same to find the upper bound and lower bound. We need to find the number before and number after because this is correct to one decimal place. So from 3.7 I need to find 3.8 and also 3.6 first. After that I need to find the midpoint as the upper bound and lower bound. So the upper bound and lower bound of 3.7 it will be 3.75. Lower bound it will be 3.65. For the 5.2 also the same thing. I need to find one decimal place before and after 5.2. After that I need to find the midpoint. The midpoint are 5.25 as the upper bound and another midpoint it will be 5.15 as the lower bound. After I find the upper bound and lower bound, because this is area is length times width. So the upper bound of multiplication, it will be upper bound times upper bound. So 3.75 times 5.25, I round it off, become 19.7. For the lower bound, I will do 3.65 times 5.15 and then I round it off, become 18.8. Is there anyone still having difficulties about finding the upper bound and lower bound of each number? I will not explain again because the step is always the same. Find the number before and after. After that, find the midpoint. The bigger one will be the upper bound. The smaller one will be the lower bound. That's it. After that, to answer the question, you have to read the question carefully. Area. What is the formula of area for the rectangle? Area of rectangle is length times width. Because this is multiplication, so I need to check from the notes from last Wednesday. If it is the upper bound of multiplication, so it will be upper bound times upper bound. And then for the lower bound of area, it will be lower bound times lower bound and so on. Is there anyone get difficulties? Okay, is my voice too laggy or something else? If you are because the Webex is being updated, start from tomorrow it will be only 50 minutes, so maybe some of you will get a trouble. Before when I have class with the lower grade also some of them having difficulties on the voice also. So maybe example later when I'm explaining and my voice is laggy, you can remind me through the chat. I'm always reading the chat, but I will not replay it by typing. I will just directly replay it by saying the answer or any sentence depends on your sentence that you give me through the chat. Okay, is there anyone having difficulties for question 1? If no one get difficulties, I'll move to question 2. Is there anyone get difficulties? Is there anyone?
No, teacher. Here is not
Okay.
activity.
Okay. So if no one get difficulties, I'll continue to question 2. This is 303 degrees Kelvin is equivalent to 30 degrees Celsius. Both figures are correct to the nearest degree. I still don't know later, maybe when the school reopen, it will be better if I check it by myself rather than you resubmit it through the Google Classroom, because if too many homework submitted there later it will be full also, so no need to resubmit it the correct answer. Because I already give the explanation, I think you as a student, you know that you have to make a correction, so later you have it will be easier for you to study. So no need to resubmit the correct answer because I'm discussing with you. Okay, so for question 3a, what is the maximum percentage of error? To find the percentage of error, the first thing we have to do is finding the difference between the number given to its upper bound or to its lower bound. For question 2, we don't have the upper bound and lower bound yet. So we need to find the upper bound and lower bound of each number. Anyone want to help me to find the upper bound and lower bound of 303? What is the upper bound of 303? You can,
300.
okay, 303.5, and the lower bound will be 302.5. Okay, for 30, what is the upper bound and lower bound of 30?
29.5 and 30.
Okay, 29.5, and the lower bound it will be, oh sorry, I mix up. Thank you. It will be 30. Yes, Dave.
Teacher, what is maximum percentage?
Maximum percentage is the percentage error that we are going to find. It's the percentage of error. This is the same thing. Usually they use the word maximum, or they will just say it as the percentage of error. But the percentage of error is same like the things that I discussed with you before. I already discussed the homework instruction. The homework instruction was about the percentage of error. To find the percentage of error, we need to find the difference between the given number to its upper bound or its lower bound. So now that's why I need to find the upper bound and lower bound of each number first. So I already have the upper bound and lower bound of each number. Now I'm going to find the difference between the number given and also the upper bound to its upper bound or lower bound. I will start it with the Kelvin first. What is the difference in the Kelvin? How many is the difference? How many is the difference? Anyone want to help me? Hello? Or my internet
Difference
disappear?
from, teacher, difference from upper bound, lower bound, or difference from Celsius?
Let us focus on the Kelvin first. So we are going to find the degrees on Kelvin to its upper bound or its lower bound. So the degree in Kelvin, the given degrees is 303 degrees. And then the upper bound is 303.5. The lower bound is 302.5. The difference in here is the difference between the temperature to its upper bound or its lower bound. You can pick either one because the difference will be constant. So how many is the difference between the temperature to its upper bound or its lower bound? Hello? Or my internet gone? Hello, my lovely students. Are you still there? Can you hear me?
Can hear.
73, teacher.
Why 73? No, listen carefully, yeah. We are going to focus on the Kelvin first. We are going to focus on the case, the temperature in Kelvin unit.
303.5.
So to find the difference, we compare the degree to its upper bound or its lower bound. So the temperature was 303 degree. The upper bound is 303.5. The lower bound is 302.5. I'm asking the difference between the temperature to its upper bound or lower bound. It will not be 200 something. How many it will be?
0.5.
Yeah, it will be 0.5 only. Is there anyone get difficulties to find the difference? The difference you can do subtraction. If you want to compare it with upper bound, so 303.5 minus 303. If you want to compare it with lower bound, so it will be 303 minus 302.5. That's it. The answer will be 0.5. So now the percentage of error, we have to find the 0.5 is how many percent of 303? How many percent is it? To find it, so we just need to write it 0.5 by 303 and then we multiply it by 100%. It will be equals to how many? Sorry, how many? Hello?
Teacher, what is percentage error, teacher?
When I explained the homework instruction, why didn't you ask me any question? Percentage of error is the how many percent is the difference between the number to its upper bound or its lower bound. How many percent is the difference between the number given to its upper bound, or how many percent the difference between the number given to its lower bound. That's it. That's why on the previous, in the beginning of the class, I explained to you that I have a wood that is 150 centimeter and then the percentage of error is 5%. So I need to find the value of 5%. 5% times 150, it will be equals to 7.5. So it means the upper bound, it will be 150 plus 7.5, which is equals to 157.5. And the lower bound, just I need to minus the 150 with 7.5, it will be equals to 142.5 centimeter as the lower bound. But in this case, we can find the upper bound and lower bound by ourselves, and we need to find the percentage of error. That's why we need to find the upper bound and lower bound first. After that, we need to find the difference, and then we need to calculate from the difference is how many percent part of the given temperature in here. So this is the difference is 0.5. 0.5 is how many percent of 303. So just 0.5 by 303 times 100%. How many it will be? Or my internet disappear. Hello?
1.65.
No, teacher.
0.165%.
Is it 1 point something? I don't think it's 1 point something.
No. 0.16.
Oh, okay, 0.165%. Anyone get difficulties? Is there anyone? Is there anyone? If no one get difficulties, I'll continue to the Celsius one. So for the Celsius, do the same thing. We need to find the difference and compare it to the given degree, given temperature. How many is the percentage of error? I want you to try to calculate by yourself. How many is it? Okay, 1.67%. Is there anyone get difficulties or getting confused? Is there anyone? Hello? Is there anyone get difficulties? Okay.
No.
If no one get difficulties, so now for the question 2B. Explain why the percentage of error are different. Why are they different? Hello?
Teacher, I said because of there is a formula that differentiates the two numbers.
Because yeah,
Have formula, then that formula cannot be changed.
yeah, okay. Because the at Kelvin it will be 0.5 by 303. The difference is constant. But at the Celsius unit it will be only 0.5 by 30 degree. Yeah, it's only like that. There is no, and if you can make a better sentence, you can make it, because this is actually, we can directly say that the difference are the same, but the temperature are slightly different, something like that. Is there anyone have difficulties or getting confused? Hello.
No, teacher, no.
Okay. Okay, then if no one have difficulties, I will continue to the question 3. 1 mile equals to 1.6093 kilometers, correct to 4 decimal place, and 7 miles correct to the nearest whole number. Between what limit is the distance in kilometers? So how do we find the limit? Limit in here, it means the upper bound and lower bound. So how do we find it? Hello.
Find the upper
Find the upper bound and lower bound of each number first. So how many is the upper bound and lower bound of the 1.6093? How many is the upper bound?
1.60935.
Okay.
35.
Okay. Is there anyone get confused for the lower bound? 1.609 point. Yeah. Is there anyone get difficulties? I keep reading through the chat. If you have difficulties, you can ask me. Okay. For the lower bound of 7, how many it will be the lower bound of 7? Upper bound first. How many is it?
7.5. 7.5.
Okay. Okay. Lower bound, please.
6.5.
Okay. Is there anyone get difficulties or getting confused? Is there anyone? No? If no one get difficulties, let us find the distance. How do we find the distance? Do we have to do multiplication, or do we have to addition, to do division or subtraction?
Multiplication.
Okay. So if multiplication, what is the upper bound of multiplication?
1.60935 times 7.5.
Okay. Is there anyone get confused? Is there anyone get confused? Okay. Is there anyone get confused? How many it will be for this one?
12.07.
12.07. Is there anyone got different answer? You can use calculator. I'm also using calculator. So what is the lower bound? What is the lower bound? Hello, is my internet not really? Is
10.46. 10.46.
10.46. Okay, is there anyone get different answer? Is there anyone got different answer? Okay, I will go back. If no one get question on question 3, I'll go back to question 2. Please listen carefully to my sentence. Percentage of error is the difference between the number given to its upper bound or the difference between the number to its lower bound. So how do I get 0.5? How many degree is the temperature in Kelvin? The degree in Kelvin is 303 degrees, right? And then the upper bound is 303.5. So can you find the difference between 303 and also 303.5? How to get the difference? You can just subtract them. You can subtract the big one with the smaller one. So the difference, it will be 303.5 minus 303, which is equals to 0.5. Because the percentage of error is always the difference between the number given that we, or the number that we already round off, to the upper bound or to the lower bound. That's why we need to find the difference first. In here, the 0.5, I got it by 303.5 minus 303. Or if I want to find the difference to the lower bound, so it will be 303 minus 302.5. The answer will be 0.5. Because this is the difference compared to the original number. The original temperature is 303 degree at Kelvin unit. So 0.5 by 303 times 100%, because we are going to find the percentage, so need to multiply it by 100%, and the answer will be 0.65%. For Celsius, you need to do the same thing. You need to find the difference again. So the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius and its upper bound is 30.5. The difference will be 0.5. So to find the percentage of error, it will be 0.5 by 30 times 100%. I will get 1.67%. Is there anyone get difficulties again in question 2 before I move to another chapter? Is there anyone get difficulties before
I
I
have a
move?
question.
Okay, please.
Is there a minimum percentage? So like the number
No,
of
no,
teacher? No, teacher.
no,
Okay then.
nothing. So maximum percentage error in here is like the same. You know, for the number that actually 303.5, if I round off into the nearest whole number, it will not be equals to 303, right? It will be equals to 304. So that's why it says maximum. If your number, maybe this is 303 and I find the number 0.166% of it, that's why it will not be satisfying this case. That's why it says as maximum, because that is the maximum one that I can round it off become 303. If any number that I got, I round off to the nearest whole number, it will be still 303, something like that. That's why it call it as maximum, not minimum. Is there anyone still having difficulties or still getting confused? If you are having any difficulties, please tell me which part that you are getting confused.
Teacher, one more technique for the maximum percentage. If we use a specific significant number, we can round it off, right, teacher?
Yeah, you can round it off. Because the question is not telling you in anything or something else. We do not, because it says a maximum, it doesn't mean that you have to always round it up, go up. So for example, the number is 1.62, and then because it says maximum, you want to make it as 0.17. No, you have to round it off normally. You have to calculate it normally, because this is the highest limit that I can use. Because if I make another number, the number it will be bigger than 303.5 and I will not get the upper bound. I will not get the exact number for the upper bound and lower bound. That's why it says maximum. So this is the distance. How do I can get the upper bound and lower bound? Is there anyone get difficulties or getting confused or something?
No, teacher.
Really? No one get difficulties? Because if I move to another slide, my handwriting will be gone. So I'm just making sure, is there anyone still getting difficulties from question 1, 2, and 3? Is there anyone get difficulties still? No? Really? If no one get difficulties, I will move to chapter 3. Chapter 3 is way easier. Is there anyone still having difficulties before I move to chapter 3? Is there anyone? Really? For sure? Okay. If you have no difficulties, I'll move to chapter 3. Yeah, we are going to do the calculation on order. In the calculation and order, usually you will not be allowing to use a calculator. Calculator will be using only for checking your answer, because later in IGCSE equation also there will be written as do not use calculator. If do not use calculator, it means you have to show the steps completely. If you do not show the steps completely, then the people will say will think that you use the calculator only, and your answer your mark will be deducted. So for later, if there is any question that mention do not use calculator, please kindly show all the steps. Now for this question for the ordering, the following symbol have specific, this is the symbol that we are going to use. I think you already get used to it with the symbol for equals, not equals to, greater than or equal, less than, and less than or equal. Is there anyone still getting confused to differentiate which one is greater than or which one is less than? Is there anyone still getting confused to differentiate? Is there anyone? Hello? Or my voice not audible, or my screen gone or something?
No.
No.
No, teacher, it's audible
Okay.
and clear. No one's confused.
Okay. I think it's already clear because we already get used to it since in grade 8. We already get used to with this kind of sign, so I will just continue. In here I have x is bigger or equal than 3, or you can read it as x is greater or equal than 3. So it means the x can be any number as long as equal or greater than 3. So the number can be equal to 3. I can write it 3. The number bigger than 3. It can be 4, can be 5, can be 4.2, can be 5.6, can be in decimal, can be in a fraction. Why? Because the question did not say that x is integer. So any number as long as less than 3, you can write it down. Even though it is decimal, it is in a mixed fraction, you can write it down. And then for the second sentence, I have 3 is less than or equal to x. So, and the x is, so it means in here the 3 is the biggest one. So I need to find the number that is less than or equal, less than or the number 3, x is less than or equal than x. So it means the 3 is the minimum one, the least possible number. Because number 3 is the least possible one, it means you need to find the number that bigger than 3. They can be 3 itself, it can be 4, can be 4.2, can be 5, can be 5.6, and any other number. Is there anyone get difficulties on these two sentences? Is there anyone get difficulties? Hello? Is my voice gone, my internet gone or something? Hello?
No, teacher.
Okay, is there anyone having question? Because no one saying anything through the chat also, no one is replaying anything. So is there anyone having difficulties or getting confused by these two sentences?
Probably not, teacher.
Okay, probably not. If you have no difficulties in here, I just want to make a conclusion in here. These two signs, they look different, right? They look different, but the number, the answer, the possible answer of x, they are the same, exactly the same. Why? Because actually these two inequality are the same. They just write it down in an in different way. It will be easier for us to find the value of x when the x is at the left side, but some people already get used to it, to if the x on the right side, they do not get any trouble. It will be different from one to another. So in here I just want to telling you that this sign actually equals. So for example, you get difficulties for if you have 3 less than or equal x, you get difficulties to find what number is the x. So it will be better if you switch the number, so the x can be at the left side, the number 3 can be on the right side, but the sign, don't forget for the sign, you have to flip it also. So when the number you move it to the other side, the sign in here will be flipped also. Is there anyone get difficulty, or my explanation making you more confused?
No, teacher.
Okay, really? No question? So remember, if later you have inequality and you get difficulties on reading it, you can move the number, you can replace the number so they can switch from the left to the right. But remember, the inequality signs have to be flipped. If it is bigger than, so the number will be less than when the x and the 3 are moved into different position. Is there anyone have difficulties? I will move to another example if you have no difficulties. It's only 1 minute left. Okay then. Maybe it's enough just to show you the another example. I know it's 1 minute left. So in here I have 5 bigger than x. Maybe if you are getting difficulties to find the possible x values, so it will be better if I flip the number, the x I will move it into the right side, the x from the right side I move it into the left side, the number 5 from the left side I move it into the right side, and also the sign I flip it. So it is also the same thing for -7 less than or equal x. I can flip everything. It will be x bigger or equal than -7. It will be easier. Yes. It is time's up. I know. Is there anyone get difficulties? I will end up the class soon. Is there